and get to use it. So today I'm thrilled to have with us Tonya Long, who is the author of the upcoming book, AI and the New Oz, Leadership's Journey to the Future of Work. So we're going to be talking about how people can really be using generative AI today, from today, how we should be using it from today, and how we can use this to be thinking differently about starting our digital transformation journeys or continuing them. So welcome, Tonya. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be here.
Now, I just gave everyone the name of your book and a little background on what we're talking about, but can you give a little bit more of your impressive bio and let folks know, how you came to be this sort of, let's say, PR agent for generative AI?
Well, I love that. And Sam can give me a call and I would love to take everyone up on that. But you're the first one who has given me that honorary title. I have been 25 years in tech. We'll stop counting after 20. And I'm someone that change finds me. I'm the one in the room leading technical teams with a master's degree in public policy. So I'm the one who prides myself on not writing code. When I look back, it's always when you're able to look back and you see what your life has encompassed. And when I look back, I've always led change because I love that that this series is about bridging, because I've always been the bridge that bridged teams to their future. And it has typically been a future that they didn't want. And anybody who watches this is going to be nodding that knows me, because it's been after tough times. It's either a large M&A or turnarounds. I never get to do the fun stuff. I never get to do the, whoa, look what, the stock's going to 400. I am never part of that. I am always part of tough times and delivering real messages. And the thing is, I think what's happening now with generative AI, it's kind of a tough time. Not everybody is happy about this. And change is hard. Change represents potential loss, a lot of fear of change or not being able to keep up. We'll talk more about that. But in my 20-something years, I've led a lot of transformation, just like you, Bridge. A lot of technical transformation, but at the root of it, I've led people into the future. And as generative AI started really coming on hard and strong first of this year, I said, what is this? And I got sucked in. And lo and behold, here we are. And I didn't really, have a lot of control over it. Change found me. And here we are today.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting point. This does feel different for me, right? My whole life has been about change, right? I'm, as you are, the person who's always there when something is transforming. But this one does feel a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been sort of a surge in people thinking about transformation, I think. Mm-hmm. How would you characterize what's different today from what you've seen in the past?
Speed, scale, and access. That rolls off the tongue because that's what I've been writing about in the book. But this thing really, the poster child for a lot of this is ChatGPT. And they launched the big iteration. The big launch was 3.5, and that happened on November 30th. Anybody who's been in tech knows we don't launch stuff. We put moratoriums on things around mid-November. We don't want people touching product. I don't think they expected all this to happen like it did. That's my personal belief, because it went wildfire, and they had 1 million users signed up in 5 days. And when you look at all the graphics that are out there, there's never been a product of all of our household name products. Nothing has ever had 1 million users in 5 days. I think it was 173 million users I think it was by February. So the speed, the scale, and then access. Brigid, you and I have led digital transformation, big enterprise, big scale, IBM, Akamai, and Avaya. We're talking about big companies that you and I have been at. but we had this, here's my phone, we had this in our back pockets. This people downloaded for free, they had it available, and people were using this the next day. It didn't take a big advisory company with a big name and a big budget, months working, in the back office with the strategy teams to figure it out. So it's that access point of people being able to use it and doing things with it, that it was almost like the whole world pivoted, and we had high schoolers writing papers with it. We had office workers, reviewing contracts with it, and then we had leaders going, what is it? And so that scale and access made this entirely different than all of the digital transformation that I think we've been used to, where control was levied because it was expensive and it was big infrastructure, and the corporate teams addressed it when they were called on. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. I mean, it is so interesting to think about the accessibility change in terms of what this makes possible. Now,
start at the planning your vacation, looking at what's in your fridge and making a meal. Start at the silly stuff because it moves quick. Start at what makes you happy, at something that's fun. In the business world, start with play. I've got in the book, I've got lists at the end of every chapter of things you can do, and like run competitions with your teams on building images, and you may be a technical or non-technical team in your business, but have everybody work on Mid-Journey one month, free and fun, and run a picture competition for what my child will not be wearing for Halloween. Let people have some fun, play, build confidence. As you build confidence, you will come into your own about your point of view, about how it can affect your business, how you can scale automation, right? When you own it, you're not going to be waiting for the transformation guys that sit up in the ivory tower to come and tell you what to do with your business. That is my dream for everybody in this, is that they know what they want to do. We are already building what we can with the tools that we have available organically. And then when the transformation guys do come knocking, we invite them to sit down and we show them what we need. That's where I want us to all get to. And with these tools, I think we can.
I mean, it seems for me, who, my whole life is about how do we do a better job of collaborating? How do we bridge that divide between the different groups? And everything I hear you say just sings to that, because it's about how do we get people more comfortable? How do we get people more enabled? How do we get more people at the table doing these things? And so I just really hope that everybody out there sees ChatGPT, generative AI, everything that's happening now as a real opportunity to say, my company will lose. Divisive in some ways, right? Technology is for those guys over there and business is for us over here. This is let's work together.
But I have to say, that's a big shift.
Oh, yes.
That's a big shift for the people who are used to coming in and saying, I've got your plan. So be patient, give a lot of grace, stand your ground with what you need. But remember, that has not been the way. So you're going to have to explain, I've been thinking about this a long time. I've been working with my team a long time. We've got some ideas for you this time, and give some grace. We're all going to have to go through this transition together.
I think that's awesome. I think, thinking about it as a team rather than as silos, and thinking about it as, hey, let's work together to get the right answer. That's where we need to get to. And the funny thing is, for everybody worried about